In your home or in the company of friends, what role do you choose to play? Are you the one who focuses on the problem or the one who seeks the solution? Often, by not taking a clear stance and not taking action, we reject what could make us grow. If you want to break free from this pattern, whether it's conscious or unconscious, Stoicism emerges as a practical and effective philosophy to guide you in this process. One of the fundamental principles of Stoicism is the idea that although we cannot control what happens around us, we have the power to control our attitude and our response to these events. This represents true freedom, the ability to choose wisely how we face and react to the challenges life presents us. These teachings have crossed centuries, shaping not only philosophical thought, but also leaving a mark on current psychology, especially in cognitive behavioral psychology, highlighting the contribution of Stoicism to the understanding and improvement of the human condition. Stoic principles are deeply rooted in the idea of interconnection, recognizing that we live in constant interaction with the world around us. Therefore, it becomes necessary to learn from life's adversities, using them as springboards for progress and continuous improvement. Emotional intelligence is our ability to manage our feelings when we deal effectively with what we feel, expressing what we feel, controlling impulses, and cultivating empathy in our relationships. In practice, a person's intelligence is largely formed by their control of emotions. That is, when you transform what you think and feel into assertive choices. In the inspiring words of Daniel Goleman, the psychologist and Harvard PhD who elevated emotional intelligence to new heights, we are confronted with the powerful duality. We have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels. Stoic philosophy, with its deep roots in the understanding that we control our actions, emerges as a guide on this journey. By embracing Stoic philosophy, you become the architect of your emotional destiny. Stoicism offers mental clarity, allowing our actions to be the result of a balance between thought and feeling. In this video, we will explore 8 points on how to develop emotional intelligence, transforming not only how you feel, but also how you exert a positive influence on the world around you. And if you're new here, help us produce more content like this. It's simple but very important. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. I also want to send a big hug to all our friends who are already subscribed and share their life changes with us in the comments. In each video, we think about how to bring more depth to this philosophy that makes us unstoppable. Now let's move on to the knowledge. Self-regulation and emotion control. In your journey through life, it's natural to notice emotional variations, often experiencing an emotional roller coaster in the same day. We feel joy for an achievement, frustration for a loss, or irritation for a missed deadline. However, to achieve your goals and evolve as a person, the practice of self-regulation and emotional control becomes a fundamental skill. Emotional regulation involves controlling the intensity of our emotions in various situations, along with the ability to adjust our response as needed. This process allows us to return to a state of emotional balance, being effective when we understand our emotions and respond to them appropriately in each situation. Imagine the following situation. You are about to make an important presentation at work and start feeling growing anxiety. Your mind races, your hands get sweaty, and you begin to worry about what others will think. Emotional self-regulation involves recognizing these signs and adopting strategies to control emotions. You could practice deep breathing to calm your nervous system, restructure your anxious thoughts, recall past moments when you performed well in presentations, or even visualize a positive outcome. By applying these techniques, you are consciously adjusting emotional intensity, reducing anxiety, and seeking a more balanced state. Picture yourself as the architect of your own emotions, capable of guiding impulses in the desired direction. By cultivating this skill, you position yourself to avoid impulsive choices that may compromise your path or actions that do not reflect the best version of yourself. Stoicism does not advocate ignoring or suppressing our emotions, but channeling their reactions wisely and in alignment with deep values. By embracing self-regulation, you develop the ability to stay calm in the face of challenges, making informed decisions. Controlling your emotions, a Stoic practice, strengthens emotional resilience. This attitude is an opportunity to build an image aligned with Stoic principles and be the master of your emotions. This leads to a more conscious life, guided by choices aligned with Stoic objectives and the best version of yourself. Know thyself. The first step is to know exactly who you are and which emotions predominate in your life. This foundation provides the basis for making strategic decisions aligned with your true emotional needs. In Stoicism, we are constantly reminded of the importance of knowing ourselves deeply, of understanding exactly what we feel and which emotions predominate throughout our day. Today, we live more connected to the world than ever, and yet often our connection with our soul, the connection with our inner side, leaves much to be desired. To achieve a deeper self-awareness, you need to look within yourself and apply this practice in your daily life. It is essential to set aside regular time for reflection. Even in the face of all obligations, routines, and responsibilities, take 10 minutes to reflect on the emotions you experienced in your day. By analyzing how we emotionally react to various situations, it is possible to identify patterns and understand both our strengths and weaknesses. This exercise of self-awareness not only reveals our natural inclinations, but also provides insights into the challenges we face, building a solid foundation for lasting personal growth. When we do not pay attention to ourselves and our connection with the outside world surpasses the connection with ourselves, we run the risk of following patterns that do not reflect our true nature or do not align with us. And this causes us more frustration than guidance. A clear example occurs when we imitate someone's routine without considering our needs and direct reality. Another scenario is choosing a profession motivated solely by social recognition, financial gains, or current trends, directly ignoring your passions and abilities. When we do not know ourselves, do not manage our emotions, we disconnect from our true nature. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of living according to reason, authenticity, and acceptance of circumstances. When we follow paths that are not aligned with our true essence, it can lead to a lack of satisfaction and total frustration. Thus, by applying Stoic principles, we recognize the importance of constant self-examination, ensuring that our life choices align with our true nature and values. To master your emotions, you first need to know what you feel. This not only promotes a more authentic life, but is also in harmony with the Stoic pursuit of wisdom and inner serenity. Swap self-sabotage for self-awareness. It's natural to try to find external culprits for our failures and shortcomings. We all carry an internal saboteur, a creation that resides within us, our inner self, fueling the tendency to repetitively engage in destructive behaviors. It's like a shadow that accompanies us, negatively influencing our actions and choices. However, to challenge this detrimental presence, it's crucial to establish conscious actions grounded in our behavior. This involves not only managing our emotions, but also resisting the possibility of being dominated by them. When we understand this dynamic, we gain the power to challenge and transform these self-destructive behaviors, thus unleashing our potential. Stoicism guides us to the practice of self-awareness, where we reassume responsibility for our actions based on our behavior, natural inclinations, and personality. Sometimes we get stuck in situations or thoughts, repeating the same actions without taking a moment to analyze the cause or the beginning of our cycle of self-sabotage, believing that dissatisfaction is merely the result of something external. The true relevance, according to the Stoics, lies in your ability to correct your judgment and transform your actions. Consider the example of John, a talented professional with the chance to advance in his career. The problem is that John tends to postpone important tasks, affecting his work and causing stress. John is sabotaging himself by not managing his time well. By leaving things to the last minute, he doesn't deliver his best and harms the image others have of him at work. This behavior may be caused by fear of not coping, self-criticism, or a lack of confidence in his abilities. But if John realizes this, he can change this situation, showcase his full potential, and build a more solid career positively. Start by understanding where the cycles of self-sabotage begin in your life and take conscious responsibility for your actions. It's important not only to hear this, but to put it into practice. Truly commit. Comment breaking the cycle and the date you're watching the video. Your growth journey is a constant dialogue with your imperfections, a dialogue fueled by Stoic humility and an unwavering will to overcome, understanding that true freedom lies in how you choose to respond to adversity. Don't see mistakes as burdens to the spirit, but as tests that life places before you. The Stoic view is more than just correction. It's an active search for solutions with firmness and conviction, accepting what is beyond your control and acting wisely within your reach. This is the Stoic path to constant transformation and truly lasting growth. Put yourself to the test. What would Hercules be without a battle? Imagine a world where life is free of challenges and adversities, where everything is comfortable, luxurious, and handed to you for free. Epictetus reminds us that in such a scenario, Hercules would simply turn in bed, grab his phone, and go back to sleep, missing the opportunity to become the powerful, legendary figure we know. The same logic applies to all the people we admire, whether from our family or even athletes and icons. What makes them remarkable is overcoming struggles and obstacles. Think of a colleague at work whose resilience you admire, or an athlete whose achievements are inspiring. Without the battles they faced, they wouldn't have reached their full potential. Challenges and adversities shape character and promote our personal development. There is no other way. The battles we face, the challenges we overcome, they transform us into stronger and extraordinary versions of ourselves. When we avoid our struggles, whether out of omission, fear, or laziness, we forfeit the opportunity to become true heroes in our own stories. We give up learning and the chance to evolve. Adversities from the Stoic perspective are the training grounds for the soul. They not only test our resilience, but forge our wisdom, virtue, and inner strength. By accepting and facing challenges with a Stoic mindset, we transcend limitations and achieve greatness inherent in our ability to choose and consciously respond to circumstances. So when faced with challenges, remember that by adopting Stoic principles, you not only overcome obstacles but transform each adversity into a step toward personal ascension. True greatness, as the Stoics teach, is our ability to face struggles with courage, serenity, and a mind focused on what is truly within our control. Self-motivation. In his meditations, Marcus Aurelius constantly reminds himself that his power resides within himself. Similarly, he emphasizes that his strength does not come from external sources but from within. Today, we are influenced to think exactly the opposite, that we need an energy drink or caffeine to wake up and be more productive, that we need chocolate to calm our anger or anxiety, that we need to buy or consume to demonstrate our worth, that we need pornography to relate to others, that we need to use drugs to relax. We run the risk of forgetting that regardless of external circumstances that may try to induce paralysis or discouragement, loss of control, indulgence, or addiction, the truth is that true motivation comes from within each person. You must be your own driving force. This Stoic perspective highlights the need to cultivate self-discipline, resilience, and authenticity as means of propelling oneself even in the face of external challenges. When you recognize yourself as the internal source of power, you can find the motivation needed to face adversity, pursue goals, and maintain a resilient stance in the face of inevitable changes in life. Therefore, self-motivation, as emphasized by Marcus Aurelius, is a key element in effectively dealing with life's most adverse situations, keeping the focus on the internal strength that drives progress and personal overcoming. Learn to be consistent. When you stand firm in your decisions, goals, promises, and values, you begin to reap the benefits of being consistent. This means that when you are determined to move forward with your plans, you not only build a strong foundation for progress, but also see positive results in your life. Learning to be consistent in Stoicism means keeping your word to yourself, cultivating your perseverance and mental strength. Every time you keep a promise, you not only strengthen your relationships, but also reinforce your integrity. In Stoicism, consistency is the ability to keep performing an activity or conviction that aligns with your goals, despite external circumstances, even when things beyond your control happen. This ability involves persevering and staying focused on your goals, regardless of internal or external challenges that may arise. Inconsistency can have significant negative impacts on your mental health. Over time, it can become a snowball effect where each surrender feeds the belief that you lack the necessary ability to perform a certain activity. Maintaining consistency, on the other hand, promotes a more positive and healthy mindset. By adopting Stoic principles, you build confidence in your abilities, challenging the narrative that you are not capable. This creates a positive cycle where consistency reinforces self-belief, strengthening your mental fortitude and becoming an antidote to insecurity and self-doubt. In summary, in Stoicism, consistency is not just a daily practice, but a powerful tool for building lasting emotional resilience and self-confidence. Control the explosions. Detaching from the justification of having a strong temper is the first step for those seeking to tread the path of emotional intelligence, a journey aligned with Stoic principles. True transformation requires a daily commitment, a constant exercise to master the most intense reactions, even those that are instinctive. In Stoicism, we find the wisdom needed to redefine our way of acting in the face of situations. When facing emotional challenges, the daily practice of controlling emotional outbursts not only aligns with Stoic teachings but also empowers us to respond calmly and discerningly, regardless of circumstances. According to the Stoics, there is a time between when something happens and how we emotionally react to it. This period is known as the Stoic interval or deliberation time. It's the moment when we can pause to think before letting our emotions dominate us and merely following our impulses. Stoics like Epictetus believed that during this interval people have the ability to exercise free will and apply reason to objectively assess the situation. When you cultivate awareness of this interval and practice mindfulness, you can choose to respond rationally instead of being dominated by immediate emotional impulses. By practicing self-awareness and self-control before reacting to external events, the Stoics believed we could develop a more considered and wise response. Stoics offered solutions to everyday problems and advice on overcoming our irrationalities, which are still somewhat relevant and useful today. Embrace these self-control tools. You not only shape your own transformation but also become an additive force, contributing to the world as you govern your emotions to achieve a fulfilling and balanced life. Recognize your deservingness. Practicing Stoicism isn't like watching a series on Netflix. It requires effort. You need to actually do something. Most practices demand self-discipline, provided there's a genuine desire to execute them. Recognizing your deservingness is cultivating the mindset that you deserve everything you desire and have the right to achieve your goals. However, this doesn't mean being selfish or not caring about others. On the contrary, it means acknowledging your own worth, understanding and accepting that you are worthy of living a fulfilling and meaningful life, regardless of external circumstances or challenges you face. In Stoicism, deservingness is not linked to material achievements or external praise, but to your ability to live according to virtues and ethical principles. By adopting this perspective, you acknowledge that you deserve to live with integrity, courage, wisdom, and justice. This doesn't mean you should strive for perfection, but rather make an effort to act in alignment with these virtues, even in the face of difficulties. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is under your control, such as your attitudes and choices, instead of seeking external validation or fixating on events beyond your domain. Recognizing your deservingness, therefore, involves valuing your own pursuit of moral excellence, regardless of others' opinions or external situations. This contributes to a sense of true dignity and contentment, grounded in your authenticity and constant effort to improve as a person. When you believe you deserve the best, you are more likely to make better and healthier decisions. You will also be more resilient and capable of overcoming challenges and adversities, even when things seem tough or overwhelmingly challenging. If you've made it this far, comment, "Gratitude. Thank you for your time."